took off, or why did it take off?
And that's a question that I was asking myself, trying not to be a comparison, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes that kind of irritates me, but then I have to check myself, like, you can't be in that spirit, you know what I'm saying? Just because it ain't your
Right.
turn yet doesn't
I
mean it
know.
ain't gonna never happen. You feel what I'm saying? And so, but she was like, it was like, this is why the TF the fuck. Um, I can't remember what it was saying, but she was basically talking about the same shit I talk about. But it's in a different style, like we two different people, you know what I mean? But I was just like, okay, all right, I'm gonna roll with you. I ain't gonna complain. I'm gonna just continue on doing what I'm doing, you know what I'm saying? And but child, it gets hard out here being a
For real.
content creator and your stuff ain't creating.
But yeah, that's why I wanted to know, like, what was the topic? So then maybe, you know, you
I'll send
can
it to
have your
you.
own, you can have your own viewpoint on the topic, and you create your own video. You know what I mean?
Oh, what?
On whatever her
Yes,
topic is.
let's talk about that because yes, that's a very fucking good idea. So let's talk about that when we get off because I want to build on that, and I was going to ask you about that too, how to do certain things. But okay,
Yeah, because you because you gotta, just like how you inboxed me and was just like, do another one of these videos because you see it's taking off. It's gotten more views
hmm
since then, and so I did it in another, like a variant of it, and that video got a lot of views too. So
hmm
everybody get inspiration from everywhere. Just
yeah,
put your own spin on it. Let me
yeah.
see.
I like that. I like that idea though. You said make a video about that video.
Like, yeah, whatever the topic is, and put your
hmm
view, your perspective on it. That's all people do.
That's true.
So,
Like I was seeing a lot of them doing that series, that 50-part series that took off
hello.
on YouTube, girl.
Yes.
I was just like, everybody was talking about it on YouTube. They even people are making pages just to post that 50-part story, just to have it all in one, walk, 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 just that. And that was another idea I was thinking about too, doing story time, making a story time page and just pulling different stories off of TikTok and put them on YouTube.
Look, and that's somebody
Yeah.
else's story. You see what I'm saying? And then people put it on their
Yeah.
page. It's taking
Story
off.
time with Mystique Moon. Oh shit.
See?
You inspire me. Every time I talk to you, you're creative.
Big time.
Because every time I
Thank
talk
you.
to you, my creativity be through the fucking roof.
Good.
Girl, I'm finna just
I'm
be
glad.
calling you like just sit on the phone. We ain't gotta talk. Just sit on the phone. I need some creative.
I'm telling you. That's good. I'm glad. Okay, we got some people on. Hello, y'all.
Peace and
Hello, y'all.
balance.
Hello, y'all. Hello, y'all. Welcome to Release the Journals, the relaunch. The
Okay. The
relaunch. The relaunch. So, what's going to happen here? Mystique and I are going to read an entry from my journal as a means to reflect, connect, heal, and release. Let me see. Whatever. Reflect, connect, heal, release. So we're taking a journal entry, going to reflect on it, see if we've grown since the journal entry, what we can learn from it, and hopefully you all can see yourselves in our stories. So you'd be like, oh, I can get through that because
Right.
we're all connected.
Definitely.
So I don't know if you want to do rock, paper, scissors. If you want to go first, I don't know how you want to do this.
It don't matter. I can go first.
Okay. Those who
It
are
doesn't
on, say
matter.
hello to us because we can see people are
Hey
on. We just can't
y'all.
see
I can't see any
people.
comments, so I can't
You said you
see.
can see them?
I can't see any comments. I cannot see any comments on my YouTube or my Facebook. So hey y'all, if you are watching my live, hey, and if you watch the re you know if you watch it
Why
later.
can't you see any comments? I wonder.
I don't
Why can't you see
know.
comments?
I have no
Why
idea.
can't
You can
you
see them
see?
on. You can see the comments on here on the live.
If somebody comment, yep. I think you
Oh,
can. If I mean, there aren't any now, but I'm just saying, like, in general, I think you would be able to if they make a comment. We're gonna see. Somebody make a comment so we can see. We can test this out.
right.
But this is Release the Journals. Okay, so let's give a little bit of backstory. A little bit of backstory. So
Okay.
somebody is on. Hi, Felicia. Can you see? Can you
Okay.
see that?
I can. Okay. Yep. I can see it now. Hey, boo. That's my best friend. That's
That's
my
your
best
boo.
friend. That's my best friend. That's my best friend.
Hey, Mystique, best friend.
She the
Was that
one
the one you
we
did the
get.
photo shoot with? That's the one
Yep.
you did the photo shoot with.
That's the bestie. Fuck the restie. No. But
Okay.
backstory.
Okay. Backstory is that okay. So Release the Journals came to me about, well, somebody suggested it a long time ago. So maybe let's say 7 years ago. Because I've been keeping journals and writing in journals since 1989, right? I know what
Uh,
I know. You was like I
Free.
was 3 years old. See, 3 years old. I'm sitting here writing journals.
That's dope.
And so I have all of my journals from when I was 19 years old to the present. So what's that, 29 years or whatever? So a friend of mine
Yes.
suggested that I release the journals because I had a lot of exes who have read my journals. I had exes steal my journals.
Nosy
And
bastards.
I got it back. I like called the police and everything. It's a big deal. So people been reading my journals because I be writing some shit
That's
in there.
crazy.
It's ridiculous. When I and the ex broke up with me from reading something in my journal. So
That's what he
my
did.
ex. So my friend was just like, release them,
Mm-hmm.
release them, and here we are releasing
Mm-hmm.
them as a means, like I said, reflecting, connecting, healing, and growing. That's what it was supposed to be. And yeah, and they're also going to be like short stories and stuff too once I get my stuff together.
I am here for
Like
that.
scripted, because I already got the stories. It's like mine as well. So
Mm-hmm.
that's and so okay. So fast forward, then 2 years ago, I said I was gonna do Release the Journals. And so Mystique and I did episode, one show.
Mm-hmm.
And then we ain't never come back. I don't even know. Like we
I don't know what
we had some
happened.
good feedback. People were on listening to us, and then we ain't even come back. No more. Life just was life, and we just did not. So
That's
this is
because we
what.
needed to be in this moment.
Hello.
We needed, that was a trial run. You know how a show, you got to do the trial, and then it could take 2-3 years before that bitch take off, before they even get anybody. They do that pilot show, and it could be two,
Hello.
3 years. And then 2, 3 years later, they got a whole show on HBO. You know what I'm saying? So greatness takes time,
Hello.
people.
And goodbye.
Okay.
So we are back.
We are
We released the
here.
journals. So this is
Yeah. So
us
I,
sharing this with you, being vulnerable, being
mhm.
open and candid. This is gonna be fun. You ready? Hold on. Let me.
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready like Freddie, baby. I'm ready like Freddie, baby. Okay. So before I read this entry, I'm going to say there are several different styles of journaling, y'all. How do you share it? I have no idea. I promise I don't know. But there are several different ways to journal, y'all. Some people might call it journaling. Some people might, write your journal, writing your diary, memoirs, even sometimes, and scripting. And I believe that I'm a scripter. And scripting is basically when you meditate as you using journaling as a form of meditation. And so most of my journal entries, okay, cool. Most of my journal entries are scripting because I would be writing in it sometimes. And when I'm finished, I reread it and it's a whole different energy. Like it was somebody else rewriting it. You know what I mean? Whole time I was writing it.
Whole time.
So yeah. So this one is from July 13th, 2021. Okay. This was around the time where I was understanding my ego.
Mm.
And it's called Journey into One's Ego. Y'all, this is the entry. Journey into One's Own Ego.
You said
Lessons
July
in
13th,
understanding.
2021?
Yeah. Yep. So I was just learning about ego. I didn't understand it. I was like everybody else who thought the ego mean you just got a extra ass personality on yourself, but it goes very, very, way deeper than that. You feel what I'm saying? That's just the tip of the iceberg. Um, but lessons in understanding. So, what is your ego image of the world? Everyone should be honest and of love and light. So, because I believe I am what I think the world should be, I deserve everything minus the lessons. The universe owes me that. Wait, the universe owes me that after everything I sacrifice. That was ego as hell. Like, how the universe owes you nothing, stupid. Anyway,
Not stupid.
the
You gotta speak
universe
kindly
owes
to
you nothing,
yourself.
stupid. No, just kidding. Okay, the ego is fearful of its own demise. I thought that was dope as fuck after I read it because I didn't even. I don't. You ever wrote something you be like, damn, that was dope as shit. How did I even think of that? But anyway, the ego is fearful of its own demise and will fight hard to preserve its limited and um, unrealistic grounding. My ego tells me to hold on tight to everything because I deserve to keep it all at once. All once I finally get it. My fear of loss keep me from fully letting go. My ego tells me the world should accept me even though I have not yet accepted myself. The ego
Mm.
tells me to be fearless yet fearful of disappointment. I should have the body I want, yet I can't accept the one I have.
Ooh.
My ego tells me I can eat this and that. Why? Because you deserve it for no reason at all. Turn around and judge my decision. My ego tells me I should be putting in so much work, yet turn around and tell me to rest because I should be tired. My ego tells me because I have this gift, everyone should listen to it. My ego tells me to offer up my advice because I'm always right in the world. I'm always right in the world, especially those around me should listen.
Mm.
Am I trying to succeed to feed my ego? That was weird. That was a random ass question at the top of the page. You are just becoming aware of your ego and the presence of that energy. You are okay. So see the transition
Mm-hmm.
because this was me. Okay, so now I'm hitting the you. You are just becoming aware of your ego and the presence of that energy. You are tapping into a piece of yourself that you didn't know you had. Most of your manifestations lay in the fact that your ego lay in that fact in the fact that your ego of how you think things are supposed to play out. So you consistently seek validation by getting likes or consistently telling people about your lessons and journaling and journals. Child note, bitch. I know you lying.
Ooh. Uh-uh. Wait. What? What you say?
Listen to this.
See?
I was saying, look, it said, y'all, I wrote this 2021. It's funny. So you consistently seek validation by getting likes or consistently telling people about your lesson and journal stumblings. So I would be journaling and I come across
She
something
said,
in my journal. Okay, I'm a reset. But I'll be journaling and I'll come across this dope ass thing that it happened in my journal. I'll have to call somebody and tell them like, y'all, this is what I discovered. But I'm telling in this entry, I'm saying like my ego is telling me like you seek validation when you do that. But here we are doing
oh,
release
okay.
journals.
Right.
That's
Gotcha.
what it was. Yeah, that's why I was like, wait, what? But anyway, what is meant for you is only for you, but you run off and tell the world to feel appreciated. This is wrapped up in your motivation, podcast, coaching. You seek to be right. And when you
Mm.
sense the reality of anything but that, you get stuck because you refuse to believe your current why. You refuse to believe your current why. Why do you search for answers? I search for answers because I want to better understand myself. I want to make choices that lead to peace and abundance. I want to understand how spirit works. I want to enrich the lives of people with lost hope. Your ego should never need to be right. Value being wrong so you can learn humbleness. Be a better student and stop showcasing your newfound understanding to the entire world. You will find the answer. You will find answers to the questions you seek. However, your biggest challenge in this chapter is letting go of your ego just enough to accept your life just as it is. Whew. You have to be okay with where you are, where your life stands in this moment. You stay rejecting the many blessings before you. Your ego fuck up your opportunities. Your expectation of the world is not reality. Your reality is your reality. That is what you deal with when you wake up. Focus on that moment and make a conscious choice. So every choice is a consequence. So just remember that when you make choices, and it said "ask you" at the end of this. So I guess I was channeling the Arisha when I was scripting, and that's why I be saying like I don't really my mind be somewhere else when I be doing this, y'all. I swear. But yeah, that was it. That was me channeling issue energy, speaking on my ego, and understanding what it is, understanding what my how big of a role that my ego has been playing on me not accomplishing the things that I want to accomplish, feeling like I'm entitled to every fucking thing, feeling like it's everybody's business, or I'm seeking validation, so I tell all my shit loose lip, sink ships.
Loose lips and shit.
Yep.
Okay, so I have a
So,
question. Hold on.
mhm.
Goodness, I don't even know that thing. Okay. So, can you, because I get confused on what ego is.
Mhm.
You know, so I know there's like ego, id, super ego, something, all that stuff. That shit confuses me. So, are you
Yeah.
able to tell us what ego is in layman's terms and how it how it relates to your journal entry? Because I hear like validation. So and I see how you went from like expressing yourself and then turning around asking yourself questions in the entry as well. So I
Mhm.
thought that was interesting. So I guess I got a few questions. I'm asking a bunch of things
Okay,
because my
so
mind is just racing. Um,
so the ego. This is my definition of my ego. Your ego is a part of your consciousness or subconsciousness. I don't know. I think it's a consciousness, but it's a part of your consciousness that it was created to protect you. It was created to protect you. That's why people have an inflated ego, in my opinion, because to protect me, I'm going to blow myself up to be this major person, to be this huge person in my mind, so that my insecurities don't show. You know,
okay.
so your ego is a part of your subconscious that is meant to protect you, but it also, because you have to balance it out, because while it's important, you also have to understand that your ego um put you in things that you don't necessarily want to be in. I'll just put it like that. It have you thinking from a space of um your ego have you thinking unrealistically. Unrealistically. You feel what I'm saying? Your ego, because it's meant to protect you, it's meant to keep you safe, it's meant to keep you in that box, keep you from feeling embarrassed, keep you from feeling, you know, all those low vibrational things. And so what I learned about my ego, I was learning that in this moment that how my ego was keeping me from winning in that moment and making me feel like I deserve, making me feel like I was entitled, making me feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like, chill the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? In that journal issue, that's what that made me understand. Like, you need to chill out. You need to appreciate what you have, humble yourself, and quit thinking that you're entitled for all this shit. Because when it comes, it's yours anyway. It's going, you don't have to go out and search for it because it's yours anyway.
So is it like you were, in essence, like doing things for the wrong reasons? Like how you say you was looking for validation and all that stuff. So you had to go through that to get to this point to be like, look, when you kind of like shed the ego, then you can show up fully as who you are, right? Is that kind of like?
Yes. That's it. You show up unapologetically confident, but humble still, in humbleness. You don't take things for granted. You don't rush yourself. You don't compare yourself. You know what I'm saying? Your ego does all those things. Your ego compare you to other people. Like, and let me tell y'all something. You will. It's a part of us. Our ego is a part of us. So we will. That is something that we're going to deal with for the rest of our lives as long as we are here. It's meant to be balanced, not taken away.
Right.
But yeah, it yeah.
Okay. I like that.
I want when you she said when you write, do you write to you or do you vent to God when journaling? How do you teach somebody to journal? Um you can vent to God, you can vent to yourself. Journaling is very personal. It's not there's no like you can do voice notes. You know what I'm saying? You can what else is another way to journal other than writing in voice notes? I think that's the only way. Ain't
So I look at, like you said, journaling is personal. I don't think there's no right or wrong way to do it. Some people use
it?
prompts. I'm not a prompt person for my journals. My journal entries are all about what I'm going through or what happened. So it's
Mhm.
like what happened today, what happened day before yesterday, what my what I'm struggling with, what my concerns are. So that's how I journal. Do you know what I mean? So it's all a
It's
purging.
all different.
And I write it
Yeah.
as if I'm talking to a friend. So I'm just like, today I went to the store, I walked at the park, and such called me, and he get on my fucking nerves. And I wish he would, I talk just like
Yeah.
I'm talking to a friend, and
Yeah.
that's how I write in my journal. So I think it's
All of you taking off weights when you
for
journal. You
real.
taking off weights. You like purge it and
Yep.
release it and stuff like that. Hey sister. Felicia, I would say to anybody, when it comes down to journaling, it's literally about you getting a book and just writing the first thing that comes to your mind. That's it. Whatever
Yep.
comes to your mind, that's what you
Let
journal
it out.
about. But it's
Yep.
definitely healing because it, like she said, to let it out. But yes, thank you guys for listening to my journal entry.
I like that. So can you go back to the top of that page when you said you wrote that randomly? I don't think that was random though.
That question:
Yeah.
am I trying to succeed to feed my ego? And I
And,
was.
oh, okay. I was about to say you haven't answered.
I was. I um I struggle with seeking validation. I don't think as a child I was giving enough words of affirmations as a child. I wasn't told that I was great. I wasn't told that I was, these amazing things that I tell my children all the time. And so I struggle with trying to, and plus I was the last of the Mohicans. And so I'm always trying to look for somebody, see me, see me, see me. And I'm the youngest. So, I'm right here. Look at me, look at me, look at me. And I struggle with that. I struggle with trying to, and then that it don't help that I'm a Leo moon, okay? And a Taurus motherfucking rising because
Come
Leos
on with
stay wanting
Taurus.
the attention.
Hello.
Girl. Taurus and Leos want all the attention. That's it. But so I struggle with seeking validation. And while I feel like my calling while I'm here, I feel like my calling while I'm here is to help heal through my words. I am
For sure.
finding my place in it. And at first, I was doing it because I wanted to be heard and seen and validated for my thoughts and my mind and my smartness and all that good shit. Now I know
Right.
that it's not about none of that shit. Like, it's not about none of that.
But you had to get that, you had to validate yourself first, though. You see what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So since you did all of that, now look, now you're ready to show up.
Yeah,
So people either see you or they don't. It don't matter because you see yourself. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
So
That's
that's
it.
why I think
And
that's why I think it's time now.
that's why journaling helps, because I was able to get that out and get that understanding of myself to say, okay, why are you like, to be completely vulnerable, transparent, honest, raw to myself? What are you doing and why? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
why do you get so disappointed when things ain't working out? You know what I'm saying? The whole nine. I don't want to get into it because that's a whole nother topic. But yes, I was grateful for that lesson. Thank you, God. Thank you, Eshu.
I love that. Thank you for sharing. I think that's cool. See, from 2021, so that's almost 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
That's the transformation that had to happen for you to be here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like it's mainly you asking yourself, and also like universe asking you, why are you doing this?
Yep.
Making sure that you're doing this for quote unquote the right reasons. Like, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So which is why also like how we were talking about in the breakout room, I don't know what to call it, but before we went on, and
Mm-hmm.
how we talk about not comparing ourselves to other like other content creators and YouTubers and people blowing up. It
Yep.
it's gonna happen when it happens or not.
Mm-hmm. Or
You know
not.
what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Or not.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to be okay with that, because then you got to go back to the reason why you're doing this
Yeah.
anyway. Do you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yep.
But
And that's what it said in there too. It was saying like, be grateful for what you have. I think at that time, 2021, I maybe had 100 or 200 subscribers, maybe. You know what I'm saying? And so it was really frustrating. But be grateful for what you already have, because you're winning every damn day. You know what
period.
I'm saying? But your ego be like, no, you need to do more. You need to do more. You ain't winning enough. You ain't doing enough. You need to get out there. You need to, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why it's important to have
Right.
a
It's
balance
the
of it, because
grind
I need that motivation. Thank you, ego, but chill the fuck out though. Like,
at the
quit trying
same
to make
time.
me feel bad about myself, motherfucker.
Right. All of that. Not you
But
want to
yeah.
fight ego. That's funny.
Hell,
I
yes,
want to
we be
battle.
up in this bitch
We gonna
going.
battle.
I
We
swear
gonna
to
battle.
God. The other day, girl, when I saw that lady, when I was like, I saw her last week, and then she already passed me, and my ego was like, see,
Right.
and I was like, chill the fuck out, like I'm okay, and so I have to talk. Ooh, I'm a journal about that tonight. Go
Yes.
ahead.
Because also, because I get it. My YouTube channel is very small, and I've been doing YouTube for a while, but also I haven't been pumping it, promoting it, doing none of the things. So I can't be
Hmm.
I can't be mad for real. But where was I going with that? Small channel, being mad. Damn it. What were we just talking about?
You were finna
I
say
was messing
something
with
about
that.
you.
It was something about the YouTube channel being small, and it'll come back. But
Yeah.
I don't be pressed about that. I'm just gonna make sure I continue to show up and
Hmm.
and not compare myself. Like, it's hard to not compare yourself,
I
especially
swear
for
to God, it
somebody that's
is.
doing the same, like similar to what you're doing, and you just like, sir, ma'am, like what? But again,
Divine timing.
that
Divine timing.
just write that shit out. Um, keep showing up. I mean, because I see the progress in the transformation in you, and I told you that too. I'm like,
Hmm.
okay, I see you showing up, being
Thank
consistent.
you.
Like, I see
Hmm.
you really like, this is the time to do this. So this is why I
Yes,
was just
ma'am.
like, hey, let's do release the journals, because I could tell the energy is different
Change.
and has
Yep.
shifted, and that you for real serious about this shit. So
Hmm.
It's gonna happen. Oh no, I know I was going now. I know I was going. So there's this book, or this saying, I ain't gonna say it's a book, that you only need like 1,000 true fans. So with
Mhm.
that, people are saying like, we think that we need tens and thousands and millions of followers, but we
Yeah.
honestly don't. We just need 1,000 true fans. So those people who will rock with you regardless. You can go out here and
Yep.
sell a book or sell some socks, which is me.
Or some
Like anything,
pussy. I'm just playing.
or that.
Never mind. I said. Sorry. YouTube and Facebook. Okay.
Oh, but you can, whatever you sell, your 1,000 true fans are going to buy it. So I know like when I sell anything, I know
Mhm.
there's certain people that will always buy. It's
Yeah.
because they like you, because they know you and they trust you. So you don't need tens of thousands of, but I know like from a vanity metrics type of perspective, we
Yeah.
we like to, we just like it. I mean,
Well,
I get it,
it's a
but
our ego seeks so when you seek validation, that's your ego telling you that you need to be seen. Y'all don't understand how important your ego is. When we try to show, like when we meet this one man, and I still follow him because he's a herbalist and out of Jamaica, and he's a dope person. And he was doing his work and stuff like that on Instagram. And he hired somebody to start helping him do his Instagram. He immediately went up to like 50,000, what they call them on Instagram, followers, whatever, yeah,
yeah.
followers. And so
Well,
he do these teachings,
if
y'all. He do these classes, and it was like a bunch of people. While he was walking on his land, showing them different herbs, what it means. I mean, what it is, what it helps you with. But anyway, so he was asking them questions, y'all, and none of them could answer. And he got mad. He was like, why are y'all even here? He was like, y'all don't know, y'all don't watch my content. I put up all this information and you paid to be here, but you don't know what none of the simplest stuff is. And he was like, see, that's why I told them I want real followers. Like I want people that
real,
is going to actually
yep,
read my books and listen to me talk and watch the thing to the end and stuff. He was saying like, because you got a whole bunch of people that just following you because it's trending, but don't really rock with you like that for real. It's not really
period,
actually like pulling in the content and the information,
right?
and
It's
that made a
not
man.
your
I
community.
was like, yeah, they just want to be on a trend, on a bandwagon. You feel what I'm saying? And so I was like, when he said that, I was like, yeah, let me take
Right.
it slow, because
That's exactly what I
one thing
mean.
that does happen for that, when you do something that goes viral, you get a whole bunch of people that are just gonna hop on just to see what's next. And very few people, like you said, are gonna be real, like people who really rock with you for real.
Rock
So
with you. And you want
mhm.
real people that's gonna rock with you. So that's why
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
just like, I'm not even into the, of course we like the likes, and we already know how the likes could play into our esteem and all that kind of stuff. Like it's a
Yeah,
whole psychological aspect to that. They got
that's a fact.
documentaries and stuff about the likes, and when we don't get likes, how that make us feel, how it's a whole thing behind it. But you also got to know there are people that are watching you that will never like your stuff, and you'll never know if they like you. You know
Woo!
what I'm saying? So we got
For
people
my
that
bell.
just, and I and the only reason why I really know that is because I got I have like a whole lot of acquaintances,
Oh
and
shoot.
run into somebody, and not even just run into somebody,
Mm-hmm.
and somebody will tell me all about my podcast, every episode, everything. When I tell you this person has never commented, never liked it, and I'm just like, I didn't even know you knew that I had a
Yeah.
podcast. They will tell me,
Hey, yo, I wish I could play this fucking video on here, y'all. Today I saw it. It was two actresses, and she was talking to her friend, and she was like, yeah, girl, I saw your story and your pictures were beautiful when you went to Italy. And the girl was like, really? She said, because I was wondering why you didn't like none of them. And the girl was like, but I seen it. She was like, right. Because see, my friends liked my pictures. but you was just watching. And what they call them,
lurkers.
what they call them, Phee? What is a new name
Lurkers.
for a girl?
Oh,
It's
man.
lurkers, but it's a new name. It's called when it come to me, I'm gonna tell you, it's some called spiritual. Oh, I'm gonna think of it and tell you. But they got a new
But
name for the people, girl.
and I'm just saying, just like, so we can't even go by that. So we really just want
Mhm.
1,000 true fans. Our people, then they'll be the ones that support us for whatever it is that we out here doing, because
Yeah,
we've shown up and shown them
yeah,
that, hey, we speak in their language and all that. So that's the tip I'm on at this point. And I'm seeing
absolutely.
my YouTube channel slowly growing from me going live, from me being on other people's YouTubes, and I'm seeing it, and I'm just like, and that excites me. So I'm grateful for that, because I haven't been promoting my YouTube channel, but
Yeah,
people are finding me somehow. So yeah,
yeah.
that's that. But all right, let me get into my little okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna preface this by saying I already said that my entries are usually, well, not usually, they are my thoughts and what happens and all that, what I've going through. So it's totally different from yours. This is for real a story, which is why I'm releasing these stories and going to put them on like Tubi or something. But whatever.
Not Tubi. Tubi be having some good ass
No.
movies.
And I don't even watch
And
that on Tubi.
when people sometimes that you be like Tubi, but somebody needs to
I can't do it.
the little they need to help the little people.
They do. That's what I'm saying. I
Yeah.
ain't mad at Tubi, because I need to put my stuff on there. My little short film
But
and my little web series.
yes, are you still doing that?
I haven't.
Y'all need to get up on go to Phee YouTube channel. She used to do short web series with like actors and actresses, and it was good. I was mad when you stopped making them things.
Thank you. Yes, I need to finish. But
Girl,
it's
I
a
was
whole
like, when that next show coming out? Next week? Hurry up.
it's the whole thing. I had to go back to work. I did all that during COVID. We was off
Mm.
and getting the unemployment monies, and not, we had our time and all that. Now don't have our time.
Yeah.
Okay. So child. Anybody still on here? You hot? Oh, you in Texas.
Girl, yes. I'm hot. And I refuse to go in there and get that fan. That baby gonna see me. Ooh, Lord.
The heat is on. Okay. My journal entry is from June 27th, 2018.
This finna be good. Now she's.
Listen. Okay. Quick backstory. Ooh, thank you, Jesus. I'm so glad I'm out of this. But this is an entry from when I was at the end of an abusive relationship. So this is literally the end. So much the end that me and this person wasn't even together when he actually did the physical abuse. This was at the end, like a how can I put it? It was at a closure, like after a closure talk. I need closure. Never. You won't catch. You make your own closure. But this is the result. Yeah. So anyway, this is what this is about during this time. All right. Tuesday, because I'll be putting the day. Tuesday, June 27th, 2018. So glad this is over. Jesus Christ. Blank. Let me see what can I say. Because I'm not going to be saying nobody's names. Unless it's like a friend or something. And they're not going to care. Blank and I are officially over. He flipped out on me on Saturday. I tried, y'all. Remember I told you I'd be talking like I'm talking to my friends. I tried, y'all. I did. We got into it on Friday because he was mad that I didn't have sex with him 2 nights in a row. That's a whole nother thing, because who fucking body is this? But That's a whole gripe that I have anyway. He got mad because I didn't want to have sex with him 2 nights in a row. He basically said that with all that he does for me, that's the least I could do. It trickled into Saturday and he blew up. He called me every name in the book. They called me 1,000 bitches. Said I was used to being a hoe, so that's why I don't know how to be a woman to him. That I'm a lying bitch and I took him for granted, and that he would take his pistol and put it in my mouth. I'd never been so scared in my life. After a while, he calmed down, apologized, and I forgave him. We made up and talked and resolved the issue. On Monday, he asked me to come over and he brought to my attention that he noticed Raymond, which is a good friend of mine. He noticed that Raymond and I are friends on Facebook. And so I put in parentheses C and I refer to other journal entries. So I say C November 2017 in parentheses. He blew up. He blew up, calmed down, and we went to the fireworks. Me, him, and the kids. Came home, called him, and he was a different person again. Said he needed some me time. I forgave him for I forgave him for dragging me. Oh, okay. I forgave him for dragging me, not literally, but dragging me in the mud when he, called me out my name or whatever. Yet he's mad about Facebook. I went to look at his page and he blocked me. I am done. I'm so tired of him. Oh, I can't say that. I went to the movies. It was hilarious. I enjoy his company. That's the end of my entry. So this was the one before the abuse thing. But so reflecting on that, he was the last abusive relationship that I was in. And I needed to probably go. I ain't gonna say probably. I needed to go through that because at one point in time, I used to be really boy crazy, man crazy, or whatever crazy. And I was not pouring into myself at all. I was seeking somebody to see me, I just could not see myself in a relationship. So even if it meant that people would treat me poorly, I would kind of like justify that in some way. So I was in an abusive relationship like my 20s, like the first female relationship I was in, it was an abusive relationship. So in my 20s, I'm just like, okay, whatever, got out of that. But I'm whole over 40, and I'm just like, no, like I didn't come too far. I've gone through too much and done too much work to still be dealing with people who are not working on themselves, not healed. So I read this entry because I look back at it, and as much work as I've done on myself, I say that 99% of the people that I entertained in my past wouldn't even be able to get 1% of my time now.
That's powerful.
So, man. So I look at this and I'm just like, I did a whole lot of work on like my inner child. I had to reparent myself, and I'm just happy where I am now. But looking at this, sometimes I get sad because I'm just like, I can't believe I went through that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't no way. But I think of the mindset and my mentality at the time, and I just was so desperate to be with somebody, like heal something. But this nigga really told me when I read this to do this for the release the journals, I was like, oh yeah, I gotta read this because this nigga really told me that
I'll put a gun in your mouth.
Pistol and put it in my mouth. So
and see, okay, and then he said that and he did that, and then you forgave him. Yeah. That's the wild thing, y'all. I think that because I have been in an abusive relationship. I was the abusive. At one point I was the abuser. Shit. At one point I was the abuser. But I think that that's. I just want to say this. It's wild that the kind of shit that we accept from a lover, partner, husband. Why? It is so wild the things that we would accept from them that you wouldn't even accept from a stranger. Let a stranger tell you would have put a gun in your mouth. You ready to go off?
Girl.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just like I've been there. Not to that point. I've never had no one say that, but I've had my own
That's
trials with it.
crazy. The other part that I was tripping on rereading it
Mhm.
is when he said, I was used to being a hoe, so that's why I don't know how to be a woman to him. So more backstory.
Mhm.
More backstory. So people that know me knows that I'm pretty much an open book, and that when I was going through my healing journey, I started sharing a lot about my past and stuff because I needed to heal.
Mhm.
So with that, it comes with like exes and like sexual escapades and all that kind of stuff. I thought I
Mhm.
was doing some good by being open and honest, like, hey, this is what's going on. Back in my 20s, I was doing this and blah, blah, blah. Just trying to be like open and vulnerable, which I learned that sometimes I take it too far and don't be needing to do all of that. So what happens is I share a lot of stuff and then
Overshare. Mhm.
overshare, and then it's thrown back up in my face. So when him saying like, oh, you used to being a hoe, it's because he knows about some of the people that I've slept with. You know what I mean? It's that kind of trying to shame me and guilt me into that. I ain't ashamed of none of the shit that I've done, sir. But at that time I was just like, he knew that I was struggling with my esteem in a way, and I wanted to be accepted. So that was the thing, like men that want to that be mad about or feel a certain way about when they asking about a woman's body count type of shit. So they want to call you like hoes
That's
and all that kind of stuff.
manipulation. Yeah, he was
Hello.
manipulating. He was trying to manipulate you because it's like I'm gonna make you feel bad about your past and bring up the fact that that's why you can't love me right.
Hello.
You know, that shouldn't have nothing to do with you, my nigga. Like,
Hello. At all.
but that's
At all.
manipulation. Like,
Right.
oh, you need to learn how to love me better, but that's the reason why, because you did this. Like, get your ass out of here.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the
You,
entire
I don't love
fuck
you
out of
right
here.
because you don't deserve to be loved right, bitch.
Right.
That's it. That's it.
Period.
You know.
But you'll never see. But yeah, so that's what that part. It was just like, and he knew that I wanted to be, you know what I'm saying, be accepted. And I want somebody to love
Ah.
me. And so in the beginning, it
Ooh.
was like cool, like, oh, thank you for sharing. And then when I wouldn't give it up to him. So it was a few parts. The whole not want to have sex with him. And when he said the least you can do, who's the least? And we would get into it a lot about that. And so what I
And
also
then
wanted to
was
say
I
is
even
that
married?
no,
The audacity. Like you
look,
ain't even married me.
look, but according to him, that's why I wasn't worthy of it because I was a hoe and I'm not used. I don't know how to be treated. I don't know what good treatment is. That's
And
that was
how old
my
were
thing.
you?
This was just
Oh no, this is 2018.
this is 2018, right? So it's
Okay,
what almost
okay.
6 years ago.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
like 42, 43.
Hmm.
That's why I was just like, oh my God, this is horrible. But the
Hmm.
pattern that I started noticing though is that people I would get with people who wanted to have ownership over my body. So they wanted to own and possess me. So
Yeah.
him getting mad because I went to have sex with him, my ex, the one that read my journals and broke up with me, that's what kind of like, I don't know what triggered him because we didn't even talk. He just left. But I am presuming that because I wasn't having sex with him anymore either. So since we hadn't been intimate and because he brought it up like, we're not even having sex anymore. I feel like that leads people to think that, oh, I'm cheating because people think I'm a hoe. We can talk about that another day. But since they think I'm a hoe, they think
It's
I'm out
true
here fucking
though.
somebody else.
It's true. Because us hoes, we just gotta be fucking somebody. You know what I'm
We
saying?
gotta be.
We gotta be fucking
So
somebody.
yeah, we got to. I mean, what else are we
Child,
doing? You know what I'm saying?
I was the big. I'm talking about according to the people. This man was my fiance. We were about to get married. We shared. Well, I ain't gonna overshare, but according to that person, y'all, I was the biggest. I'm talking about the apex hoe. He's not an apex predator. I was the apex hoe. According to him, because I didn't want him anymore. So that's just manipulation.
And that's just horrible.
So what did you feel when you were reading that though? Like what kind of emotions came up as you were reading it?
Um, I felt sad a little bit that I actually was once in that predicament. You know what I'm saying? That I actually
Mhm.
at some point really didn't understand my worth. That I really was seeking validation for like outside validation from people to say like, hey, your past and you. I mean, because of my past, I felt like I wasn't deserving of love for real.
Yeah, yeah.
And so that made me sad because looking at that, I'm like, oh man, I just was wanting to be loved and want people to understand like that was my past and the reasons
Mhm.
why I was the way I was growing up and what was happening. And you think people understand and then they turn around and throw that in your face. So it was like a gut punch. But now I'm just like, after all the work that I had to do and all of the reprogramming and unlearning I have to do,
Yeah.
I feel sad for him because
That's
niggas
powerful.
is just niggas is just
That's powerful.
niggas is so that's but now I'm grateful for where I am now. I'm glad that I've gotten out of that. I'm glad that I no longer see myself in that way because it's not about who we attract, it's about who we also entertain. So I
Mm.
can't feel a way about entertaining somebody like that. I have to ask myself, why was I even now I can't worry about somebody that you attracting, but more so about who you're entertaining. It's like
Yeah,
you entertain him. Like you can attract a lot of people, but it's something in
absolutely.
me that felt like I needed to or wanted to deal with somebody like that. But
Yeah.
so, but now I
That's
just feel like
interesting though, ain't it? Like we attract all kind of people, but the people that we end up turning to, you know, is a direct representation of us on the inside. You know, so you didn't have the confidence that you needed in that moment, and he was a predator, and you were the prey.
period.
And so, you know, I'm sure he had his reasons, but he preyed on you because you had that low self esteem. And
Right.
he can't deal with
I
any
see that.
you know, some people that I think that especially like narcissists, they can't deal with a person that's really strong minded and stuff like that. They don't even seek out those type of people. And I ain't just talking about men, I'm talking about men and women. They don't even seek out those type of people because you cannot run game on me. You know what I'm saying? They
Right.
have to find people that they know that they can manipulate and they can get into their head.
Right.
So that was the space that you were dwelling in that moment, you know.
Right.
And coming out of it now, what did you learn from that relationship?
I learned that to pay attention to my patterning. So that was the beginning of me wanting to heal anyway, because I started noticing my patterns that I was
Okay.
going through the same thing, but just with different people. So
Ooh.
my pattern was that I will be all into you. Like I will meet somebody and we can vibe, and I'm just like, oh, I like you, I like you. And the pattern is that I sleep with people. Well, used to sleep with people too fast. I feel
Okay.
like, oh, we connecting and oh, such and such, we vibing, but and we mistake that for like chemistry and connection when that's just really like
Ooh.
trauma. It's more like trauma. Not the not the
We needed,
not
we
the
did. That was
bell. Not the bell.
girl,
I'm like, not the
girl.
bell. I'm just saying.
Run
Yeah.
that by one more time. Run that by again for me, please. I think
We
somebody
think
needs to hear it twice.
we think that we be connecting with these folks. We think it's like love and all of this chemistry and all of that, and it's more or less so just lust, and we are trauma bonding. We are bonding through our trauma,
Mm.
and
And we
that's mainly what we're
mistake that
doing.
shit for what it ain't. We
Right.
mistake
For
it for
what it
what it
ain't.
ain't.
And when you
Child.
add sex into the equation, it just makes it worse, because then
It
sex makes you
intensifies
think that
everything.
everything is love,
That is
and it ain't.
very fucking powerful.
Ring the alarm, right? Trivia.
We need right.
Ring the
We
alarm.
need to have a whole conversation on that. Like, ooh, uh, if you buy a pencil,
Write
can
it
you
down.
write that down? If you
Okay,
buy,
write it down.
I'm not buying one because I will write
I
that
got my
down. Cause
phone, so
that
I got a pen. What you want us to talk about?
how we mistake sex, love bombing, all that stuff for love. How we mistake that for the one, the person that we're supposed to be with. We mistake all that stuff in the beginning stages when we're supposed to be learning somebody. We mistake that shit. And when you add the sex part into it, it intensifies it and it really makes you feel like, ooh, girl. Yes, Lord. I got some stuff I need to release tonight for sure. But I appreciate you sharing that. That too. Stuff like that can be triggering.
It is triggering, but I'm
And
good
the
though.
fact that you were able to, yeah, because you're healing and you probably healed that moment, that situation. But that could be triggering, and for you to be able to read it and for you to be able to reflect on it and to talk about it and to take out the lessons is really, really powerful. It's really powerful.
Thank you. I
So
needed to read it. Hold on. Trivia said desire less honey is not the way. I'm
desire
saying,
love. I mean,
so that's me.
desire lust is not the way if you trying to fall in love. Desire lust is only the way if you trying to get your rocks off.
Period.
I'm just saying, because some people ain't ready
Know
to
the
be in
difference.
relationships. Yeah, yeah, and guess what? I feel like we that's something that is taught. That difference is taught. You feel what I'm saying? It you don't wake up. You don't just know how to be loved. It's taught through your parents or through your family or through the people that start loving on you first. It's taught
Right.
through them. And then once you get older, you start appreciating people. Once you get in like middle school and stuff, that's when you start being able to appreciate that love. Because babies, they don't really they appreciate it, but you know what I'm saying. They you
But
you can
some
really appreciate it.
but it also goes back to, because that's like what attachment style is, like attachment theory is. It's how we receive and give love based on how love was given from our parents or our caregivers. So based on that is
Hmm.
how we show up in the world too. Based on, you know what I mean? So
Hmm.
that's a whole nother thing. Attachment theory is a for real thing. So based on how it was like conveyed and shown to you,
Yep.
you actually
Yes.
carry that into your adult relationships. So all you gotta do is look at how
Yep.
love was shown or given to you, and then start
Yep.
thinking about
Yep.
you, thinking about yourself, and how you was doing that, how you do that with other people,
Yep.
and then that'll
That's
teach you
it.
everything you need to know.
Everything you need to know. And whether you actually feel like well, first of all, know what real love is, know what it means to be unconditionally loved, but also you understand, like, well, if my definition of love growing up was wrong, then clearly I'm not being loved and I'm not showing love in the way that's healthy. And so you've got to go back to the drawing board and reevaluate and be like, shit, I gotta do some healing. I gotta do some inner work. I gotta do some shadow work. I gotta
Listen,
go in and unpack and break that thing down, because this whole time that was me. That is me, not was, is me. That is me. I am it. I am she. And I didn't I don't I struggle with that. I struggle with that. That's why that resonated with me. So I appreciate you so much for that.
And some people don't. I mean, with some people, do we really know what love is though? And that's a whole nother. A whole nother.
That is a whole nother
Topic.
topic. Because I'm sitting here thinking, like, do we know what is love?
Yeah, I don't. I don't
Next
know that either.
time. Okay. Because I got some
Next
journal entries
episode.
on that. Yes.
Next
Yes.
episode to release the journals. This was cool. So that's my entry. We did our entries. How you feeling about the relaunch?
Perfect. One word. Perfect. Exactly how flowed is the energy of the full moon. The energy of the full moon, it's what is today, the 24th?
No,
Right?
today's
No, the
23rd.
25th.
No,
23rd.
today's 23rd.
Okay.
The full
So
moon is
yeah,
tomorrow or something, right?
well, yeah, but you feel that energy of it starting now. You can start feeling that energy of it, and we know that full moons are about manifestation. No. Full moons is about releasing. I believe it's about releasing. New moons is about manifestation. Full moons is about releasing and let it go. So this was perfect.
I love that.
Yeah, perfect. Hmm.
I love that.
And I'm sorry to tell you, monkey, you will never stop this show. That's just I just have to say that you will never stop the show, monkey, because it will go on.
Did you say
It was meant
monkey?
to be. Yeah.
I'm not. I'm not.
I'm just saying. You know,
I'm
monkeys
not.
be trying to stop the show. You know that saying? One monkey don't
One
stop
monkey
no
don't
show.
stop no show.
But I'm speaking particularly to a specific monkey, and you know who I'm talking to, your monkey. Anyway, on that note, I'm gonna get petty, so it's time.
Right.
I want to
Thank
close out
y'all.
by saying that self-preservation is the first law of nature. I'll say this. Self-preservation is the first law of nature. Love yourself before you love anything, anybody else in this world. And also remember to lead with your heart chakra, and everything else will follow. Please subscribe to She Sound Off on YouTube, my YouTube channel. And I can't wait to see y'all next time.
Hold on, we got something. God is love, and experience the love of Christ is what has helped me come away from desire and lust. For real. Trivia, for
Ashe.
real.
Ashe.
On that note, y'all, follow us on the YouTubes. You can follow me under Fiat Hollins. Follow Mystique Moon under She Sound Off. Share this with somebody.
Yes.
Leave us a comment. Let us know, like, if you have suggestions or if you want to hop on here and share your journal entries. That's a option too.
Yes.
So we'll be back. We don't know how often we're going to do these. I don't know. We'll talk about it.
I think it's, remember we said every two times a month, every 2 weeks.
So that could be possible. That sounds right. That sounds about right. You know, we got a lot of shit going on. We got a lot of stuff going on.
I'm trying to tell you.
All right. Thank y'all for coming out. God bless you. Good night.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.